Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Masters of the Universe read-along book. Every time you hear this chime, it means it's time to turn the page in your storybook. Now, if you are ready, we will start The Secret of the Sword, Part 1, The Sword of She-Ra. Don't forget to turn the page every time you hear the chime. All right, let's begin. It was night at Castle Grayskull. Everyone was sleeping soundly except the sorceress. She was having a terrible dream. Waking from her dream, she shouted out a mysterious name.
Adora! A sword!
Before the sorceress's eyes, hovering in midair, was a glowing sword that looked exactly like He-Man's Sword of Power, except for a shining jewel in the handle. As the sorceress stared in amazement, the magical sword began to float away. She jumped out of bed and followed it until it stopped before a door of mystery. The door creaked open, revealing a glowing gate. Suddenly, the sword lost its glow and fell to the floor. The sorceress picked it up with wonder.
Can it be? After so long.
Later, Prince Adam received a mental message from the sorceress, summoning him to Castle Grayskull. When Adam and his tiger Cringer arrived, the sorceress showed the prince the glowing gate. Prince Adam was puzzled.
Well, if it's a gate, where does it go to?
That I cannot say. This door has never opened before.
And you want me to pass through it and find someone in the world it leads to?
This sword shall lead you to the one you seek. Enter the gate now, Prince Adam, and good luck to you.
After walking through the glowing gate, Adam and Cringer found themselves in the world of Etheria. They continued on until they came upon the village of Thamor. Finding an inn where they could eat, Prince Adam and Cringer went inside. Seated in the corner was a handsome young man named Bo. On his shoulder sat his pet Cowl, an owl with butterfly-like wings. A few minutes later, 3 Horde troopers entered the tavern and immediately started trouble. They attacked the harp player and destroyed his harp. Adam and Bo jumped into the battle. The troopers were strong, but clumsy, and were no match for the 2 young men. After the fight was over, Adam and Bo shook hands and introduced themselves.
My name's Adam.
Mine's Bo. Good to meet you, Adam.
I don't mean to be an alarmist, Bo, but when the Horde finds out about this, they're sure to send a force squad after us.
Meanwhile, in another part of Etheria, in the Fright Zone, the cruel leader of the Horde, the evil Hordak, was listening to his advisor, Shadow Weaver, a wicked woman with mysterious powers.
Well, my dark magics have told me that a stranger from another world has come to Etheria.
Where is this stranger?
He was in the kingdom of Bright Moon, but my spells can no longer find him.
Send Force Captain Adora to me at once. I have a plan which will bring this stranger into the open, and then we will teach him it's not nice to cause trouble for the evil Horde.
While Hordak was making his evil plans, Adam and Bo arrived at the rebel camp in Whispering Woods. There, Bo introduced Adam to the rebel leader, a young woman named Glimmer. Just then, a witch and her broom crash-landed in Whispering Woods. It was the lovable Madame Raz and her talking friend, Broom. Glimmer ran to help her.
Madame Raz, are you all right? Oh, dearie my, yes. But there was something Putin, I had to tell you. Now, what was that again? The Horde has placed the entire village of Thamor under arrest.
When they heard the news, Adam and Bo realized it was their fight with the Horde troopers that caused the problems for the people of the village. Together, they vowed to help. Gathering Glimmer's band of rebels, they returned to Thamor, where they saw a terrible sight. Glimmer cried out,
It's a Horde slave transport, and they're loading the villagers into it.
The rebels had to stop the Horde villains. Even though they were greatly outnumbered by the Horde troopers, Glimmer's troops fought bravely. Just when it seemed that the rebels would be defeated, Prince Adam transformed himself and Cringer into He-Man and Battle Cat.
By the power of Grayskull!
Soon, the battle narrowed down to just two fighters, He-Man and Force Captain Adora. When He-Man pointed the sword of protection at Adora, it began to glow. Adora's face appeared in the jewel. He-Man was amazed.
What? Why, you're the one I came to find.
Is that so?
Snarled Adora, and she quickly signaled a Horde trooper to fire off a blast from his energy baton, sending He-Man crumbling to the ground.
You're mine now, stranger. You and this curious sword.
When Adora brought her prisoner to Hordak, the evil ruler imprisoned He-Man on Beast Island. But Madame Raz used a magic spell to find out where He-Man was. Then she used her powers again to make a magic flying boat and flew Bo and the rebels to Beast Island. He-Man was held down by glowing magical chains in the plunder room when Adora came to him carrying the sword.
I'm Adora, Force Captain Adora. And your name?
My name is He-Man.
This sword you carried intrigues me, He-Man.
I was to give that sword to someone who served the forces of good. But you serve the forces of evil.
Evil? You're the one who serves evil, Rebel. I serve the rightful rulers of Etheria.
You can't believe that. Haven't you seen how the Horde treats people?
Well, I've spent most of my life training in the Fright Zone. There's been little time to see the rest of Etheria.
Then why don't you do it now? Or are you afraid of learning the truth about the Horde?
I'm afraid of nothing.
Then you'll go?
I'll think about it.
Meanwhile, back on Beast Island, the rebels found He-Man. But before they could free him, Hordak and his villains entered the plunder room, and Shadow Weaver put all the rebels under a spell. He-Man shouted in a rage.
You villain, what have you done to them?
They are merely paralyzed for a time. Better to ask what I will do to them if you do not tell me why you have come to Etheria.
When He-Man refused to talk, Hordak left, warning that he would be back to get He-Man's answer. Once they were gone, Cowl came flying in.
Might I be of some assistance?
Can you get me loose?
Using his amazing intelligence, Cowl found the right buttons on Hordak's control board. One push and He-Man's chains fell away.
You've done it. Now let's go find our friends. I've had enough of this place.
Oh, I find it rather unpleasant myself.
He-Man burst into his rebel friend's cell and freed them. Once he got them safely off the island, he destroyed the prison forever.
Well, that's one prison the Horde will have to do without.
Meanwhile, Adora had been wandering through Etheria and seeing for herself how cruelly the Horde troopers treated the people. Returning to the Fright Zone, she faced Hordak and Shadow Weaver. Hordak demanded,
Adora, where have you been?
I've been seeing for myself how we rule Etheria.
What have you discovered?
You lied to me, both of you. The Horde is evil, cruel, unjust. The people hate us, and with good cause.
Let me help you, child.
Shadow Weaver moved towards Adora.
Stay away!
Surely you would not harm me, Adora. Am I not like a mother to you? You will see things clearer after some sleep.
Hordak would stop at nothing to keep Adora loyal to him and to destroy his enemies. He had devised a dangerous new weapon, the Magna Beam Transporter. Hordak boasted.
Once the Magna Beam is at full power, I will transport the entire Whispering Woods to the Valley of the Lost, and all the rebels with it!
Back in Whispering Woods, Glimmer tried to persuade Adam not to go back and fight Hordak.
But Adam, mission or no mission, it's foolish for you to go to the Fright Zone. Oh, you'll be captured. Stay with us in the safety of Whispering Woods.
Well, even the Whispering Woods are not safe from the Horde. I have to get going.
Once he was out of Glimmer's sight, Adam transformed again into He-Man. He-Man then captured a Horde trooper and disguised himself in the trooper's clothes. But Shadow Weaver's cunning magic saw through his disguise, and she advised Hordak.
If we capture him, he will supply the Magna Beam with all the energy it needs. And with the Magna Beam charged,
I'll send the rebels to a place where they'll never bother me again!
Still under Shadow Weaver's spell, Adora captured He-Man and brought him to Hordak.
Guards, take this rebel to the plunder room and put him in the Magna Beam charger. His energy should be all I need to charge the Magna Beam to full capacity.
That night, Adora's sleep was disturbed by strange dreams.
No. It's evil. No.
And a message from the sorceress. Adora awakened with new strength.
Something strange is happening. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out.
Adora went immediately to the plunder room, where she saw how He-Man's strength was draining. Then the face of the sorceress appeared in the jewel of her strange new sword. The sorceress spoke.
Adora, the time has come for you to seek your destiny. And let your first duty be to this man about to be enslaved by the Horde.
A rebel warrior?
He is no ordinary rebel, Adora. He is He-Man, hero and champion on the side of goodness. But to you, Adora, he is also something more. Adora, the Horde stole you from your parents when you were a tiny baby. So you never knew your mother, and you never knew your father. But you also had a twin brother. This man is your brother, Adora. And Adora, he needs your help. For the honor of Grayskull, Adora.
For the honor of Grayskull? For the honor of Grayskull!
In a burst of magic, Adora transformed into She-Ra, the Princess of Power. Follow the exciting adventures of She-Ra and He-Man in The Secret of the Sword, Part 2, The Princess of Power.